All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for week 2 of the Russell Well Builder series. Thank you. I hope that you found week 1 really insightful. And we're actually supposed to start with a recap of week 1, but because we're starting late and it looks like a couple of people are still trying to join us. So what we're going to do is we're going to get right into it. And hopefully as people join us, more people join us, then we're going to do a recap. So we're going to move up the order of activities, but we literally need to start, okay? This week is interesting because we're going to be literally we're going to crunch our wealth numbers and we're going to understand what R.A.S is, because I know that that's something that a lot of people are curious about. And so today I'm going to share about R.A.S, okay? My video is off because I think that one of the things that affected the network last week was my video. So I'm just going to talk through it, and then at the end of the recording, I'm going to come back live and show my face, and hopefully we can discuss. We can do a recap of last week, and we can also talk through this week, the bottom line. So that's how we're going to go about it. Okay. Yeah, let's get into it. A minute. Okay. Now I have a quote of the week. Okay. And the quote reads, understand that real wealth is portable. It's knowledge. Okay. So really and truly, what differentiates the wealthy, I think we talked about it last week, the wealthy from the not so wealthy or the poor, is really knowledge or information, okay? And this is a quote I got from chapter 1 of the Jewish Phenomenon by Stephen Seebilger. I think that's his name. I mean, the Jews have been famed to be some of the wealthiest people in the world, literally. So there are people that people listen to and look up to for wealth, because I hear that 30% of the wealth of Americans are actually Jewish people, even if they are less than 5% of the population, which is phenomenal. Okay, so the Jewish Phenomenon is one book I read to try and understand why the Jews are wealth and their principles of wealth. So if you like to read, this is a good book. Please, can you all mute yourself, because I can hear some background sound, if you don't mind. Thank you very much. Now, so yeah, that's our quote of the week. Now, week 1 recap. I said that we will do that again at the end where more people join us, but I can talk through it briefly. Last week, we spoke about the difference between income versus wealth. One example I used for my team on Monday is that 2 people can earn a very big disparity, have a very big disparity in their earnings. So one person is earning 1 million naira a month, but spending 1 million naira a month. The other person is earning 100,000 naira a month, but spending 50,000 naira a month and saving 50,000 naira a month. At the end of the year, the person who earns 1 million naira a month has 0 in terms of wealth, while the person who earns 50,000 naira a month actually has 600,000 naira because they saved 50% of their income. So really and truly, it's not really about how much you earn, it is what you deliberately do with what you earn, okay? And then we went through why you want to be wealthy, and it was interesting to find out that we have a great audience of people who are very motivated by impact, which is great. I think 71% was impact. And then we talked about who determines your wealth, which is where we talked about your circle of influence, or like Boyega said last week, your circle of wealth, okay? And then we talked about the wealth equation, and then we did the take-home assignments. Okay, I mean, I wonder how many people did their take-home assignments. Who wants to share? Who did their take-home assignments? Did anybody do their take-home assignments? Okay, anybody did their take-home assignments? Okay, well, I mean, I don't know. So it looks like nobody wants to share. So I think we should move on. Yeah, because of time. Okay, we're able to talk about that at the end of it. Now, today's content. Today we're going to be setting the numbers and we're going to dream, bottom line. So the content, this is the content. How do you make decisions? So we're going to go through that whole process of deciding how you make decisions, because it would affect how you go about building wealth. The second thing is meet R.A.S, your magic genie. I know some people join to find out what R.A.S is. Like, what is R.A.S? I'm going to tell you what R.A.S is. And then get clear on your numbers, okay? And then what's your wealth building plan, recommended reading, and what's coming up next. So that's in summary is what we're doing today. Okay. Now, how do you make decisions? Okay. Now, this is very important because some people, now, scientists have said that the brain is divided into two. Okay. I'm sure you've seen this brain picture if you attended any science class. Okay. There's the left brain and the right brain. And actually, the way the brain is divided actually affects the way that we make decisions, which is very interesting. Okay. So if you are a left brain person, okay, you're probably a very logical person, very realistic, wants to be in control, very linear in your thinking, very analytical, scientific, accurate, practical, mathematics, categorized, strategized. Everything has a method to it. You don't just, you need to look at data to make decisions. You try to say, I'm not moved by emotions. It must make sense and all that. And interestingly, in talking about rules also people, I encounter a lot of left brain people. They want to know the figures. How do we do this? How do we invest? What is the logic behind what you guys are doing? So they need that logic, to make decisions. So those are what they call left brain people. Now, the right brain people, on the other hand, are the free spirits. Okay, so they are mostly moved by their feelings, senses. They are artsy, they are creative, poetry, yearning, sensual, passion, imagination, and vivid. So I remember when I was on the MBA, we did an interesting case study on Oprah Winfrey, and they were interviewing. So of course, if you've ever done a business degree, it's big on data. Have data. You must be able to do things based on data, be data driven, be data motivated, and things like that. But remember when we were doing our MBA, one of the things that they told us was when we did Oprah's case study. Oprah's case study was an outlier because she openly said, I make decisions based on my intuition. So she was like, I'm a creative person. She openly alluded to the fact that she built her wealth as a right brain person, which was different from the typical wealth builder, okay, or the typical business mogul who's supposed to be very left brain and accurate and data driven. And she's like, no, a lot of things she's done in life have been driven by her intuition, her instincts, and all that. So that was refreshing to see that you can be a billionaire as a right brain person. So it would be interesting to know you guys. So are we left brained or are we right brained? So let's do a poll. So are your decisions mostly left brained or are they mostly right brained? Are they mostly left brained or are they mostly right brained? Okay, so at the end of this session, I would like us to do the poll because I will log off my other device and then we can do the poll. I can't do the poll right now because I'm logged onto 2 devices. There's a safety measure just because of data. But it will be interesting. So take this in and think about it. And at the end of the session, we'll do the poll to actually even know, are you left-brained or are you right-brained, okay? Because your wealth path will be largely influenced by how you make decisions, bottom line, okay? So it will be good to think about it. Now, yes, so meet R.A.S, this popular guy called R.A.S that I have been talking to people about, and they're wondering, what the heck is R.A.S? Okay, R.A.S is actually your reticular activating system, okay? It is your reticular activating system. That's actually what R.A.S is, okay? Now, every single second, your brain is bombarded with bits of information every second of the day. In fact, as you're listening to me right now, I'm sure that you're getting information from different things. You're seeing different things in your environment right now. Okay. In fact, where I'm seated by the window, I can see I can see a tree. I can see different things happening around me. So your brain is bombarded with different types of information, okay? Now, the scientists have said that a part of the brain called your reticular activation system is responsible for many cognitive functions related to awareness, okay? In simple English, your R.A.S is like an attention filter. Your R.A.S is what determines what you focus on. Your R.A.S is why a mother is in a very noisy place, a lot of noise, and maybe her child goes to the toilet. And in the middle of all that noise, her child screams, and she's able to pick out that noise above everybody else. That's her R.A.S working, because her mind has been programmed to focus on the voice of her child. That despite all the noise, okay, she can actually hear her child's voice because of R.A.S. That's what R.A.S does. So R.A.S serves as an attention filter that helps you focus on what you have chosen. So that is the key word, to help you focus on what you have chosen. Okay, so I want you to take that in, because then you then understand how R.A.S would help you in building wealth. Okay, who has ever heard about R.A.S? Maybe you can comment in the chat and tell me. Let me be interested to know if you've ever heard about R.A.S or heard about R.A.S described in this way before. You know, I like to see your comments. Now, so how R.A.S can help you build wealth? Remember, I said in the previous slide, R.A.S helps you to focus clearly, okay, on what you've chosen. So what does that mean? It means that when you clearly define your wealth goal, you tell your brain that this is now valuable and should take priority. You will recruit your reticular activating system to help you bring this dream to life, okay? So when you decide, you know what, I'm ready to be wealthy, I want to be wealthy, I want to be prosperous, I want to make money now, okay? And you make wealth a focus, your R.A.S begins to work for your advantage. So what will the R.A.S do for you? Your R.A.S will begin to scan your environment for opportunities to make wealth. That's why, for example, when you heard about this webinar, you were attracted to it because you said, wow, you mean I'm going to learn how to make money? I want to make more money. I want to I want to earn wealth, because somewhere inside you, you've already set a wealth desire and your R.A.S has captured it. So when this opportunity came, your R.A.S began to work in your favor, more or less. Now, your R.A.S will connect you to information related to what you declared as your goal. Okay, so the next thing is in life, I don't know about you, when you decide that you want a red car, all of a sudden you begin to see red cars. That's R.A.S in operation, basically. When you decide that you want a certain type of house or a certain type of shoe, all of a sudden you begin to see it. That's R.A.S. R.A.S is all of a sudden has brought that thing to your attention because you've decided that you want it and you now all of a sudden begin to see it. Does that mean that it didn't exist before? It did. All that has changed is now your R.A.S has been activated and is now focusing on it. So isn't that amazing? You know, I think it is. Now, your R.A.S will make you draw to people who will help you achieve your goals. So for example, because you set a certain goal, you're probably drawn to me. For example, you set a world goal and you heard about Russo, I heard about what we're doing, and you're drawn to us because we're helping you do something that you set as a goal. That's the power of your R.A.S. You know, it draws to you or makes you drawn to people that will help you achieve that goal you have chosen, okay? The fourth thing your R.A.S can do for you, your R.A.S will begin to process ideas, okay, and directing your attention to solutions. So that's why they said that a problem shared is a problem half solved, okay, or a problem written or something, or when you write your goal, you've actually halfway. So all that has happened is that by writing your goal, you've given your R.A.S an assignment, okay, and your R.A.S now begins to find a solution to your goal, okay? So now that you know the power of your R.A.S, you need to define your wealth goal really clearly, which is what we're going to be doing in this exercise. But I thought I needed to share about R.A.S with you so that you'll basically know how R.A.S can help you actually define it. And I want to also give you a little challenge. As you're going around the road, set a goal for something that you want to see, and you'll be shocked at how your R.A.S will now begin to help you see. So begin to pay attention, and you will begin to see your R.A.S in operation in your everyday life. You know, it'll be a very interesting exercise. And which shows you that you can actually choose what you want to focus on in every area of your life. Okay, so you can choose to focus on abundance, or you can choose to focus on scarcity. We're going to talk about the mindset next week, so let me not jump ahead, but just wanted to share about the power of your R.A.S, which some people call your magic genie, and how you can leverage it to basically build wealth. Okay, I hope you found it as insightful as I found it when I discovered R.A.S. Okay. So let's get into it. What is your financial freedom number? You know, because when you think about how much I need to be free, financially free, and it's always like, oh my God, it must be some billions or some whatever, you know. But the truth is that you might not need as much as you think, okay? But it would be nice to know what your financial freedom number is. Does anybody want to share? Please, you can come live and share to me. What do you think you need to have that you will never have to work again for the rest of your life? Who wants to share? How much do you think you need to have that you never have to work again for the rest of your life? Somebody should volunteer now. If not, I'll just call somebody. Who is going to volunteer? How much do you think you need to be what? Okay, I'll call randomly. Okay, somebody wants to share. Okay, come, somebody wants to share. Call, share, please.
Must we have a number now?
No, just guess. How much do you think it will be? Just a guess. Just call something that you never have to work again for the rest of your life. What do you think it will be?
$30 million.
30 million. Hey, 30 million for your account, yo. You see that that's you know that's R.A.S. That's R.A.S. that just works for you. R.A.S. reminded you about the video song. Eh? And you just called randomly $30 million. So $30 million, $1 million is about 480 naira now. So you're saying that you need like 4.8 billion to never have work again for the rest of your life? Or is it 48 billion naira? Sorry, not 4.8. Wow. Woo. Hey, big girl. Okay. All right then. Thanks for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Okay, cool. So the truth is that there's something I call the impression bias or the impressive bias. Okay. That is, you know how, okay, people say, so what's your dream in life? And you're like, I want to be a billionaire. Or like I usually say, I want to build $1 billion company, you know? You know, if you say that, it's more impressive because billions are, you know, it sounds really, really impressive. But the truth of the matter is that we say those things because in our minds, we know that it sounds impressive. But the truth of the matter is that most of the time when we throw those numbers out, we might never do anything about it. Because even though it sounds impressive, it might not motivate us to achieve anything, which is food for thought, okay? And the truth is that you might not need as much as you think. But let's stay with Ishoma's 42 billion naira or $30 million. Hey, big girl. Or is it 420 million? Can somebody crunch that number and share with me, please? What is that in naira? For context, because I think a lot of people here are in Nigeria. What is $30 million in naira? Can somebody share in context, for context sake? For local context sake. Okay, if you have that figure, please share with me. What's that in naira? Okay, so let me move on. Now, all I can say immediately is that you might not need as much as you think. So I want to talk to you about the 4 numbers, okay? The 4 main numbers that everybody needs to know, and I hope you will know at the end of this webinar, is your financial security number, your financial vitality number, your financial independence number, and your financial freedom number. Those are 4 main numbers. And I got this, I won't say I stole it because I'm going to recommend it as a book, from a book called Money Master the Game. But these are 4 numbers. And I'm going to show you how to calculate it very, very simply. Okay, these 4 numbers. Basically, you know, so somebody just shared the number privately with me. Sanya, why did you say it publicly now? Okay, 12 billion.
Because I wasn't sure.
Okay,
so
12 billion, 600 million. Yeah, so if first 20, so even at 480, that would be about maybe 14 billion or 15 billion. Hey, I like it. Somebody wants to be a billionaire. Nice. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. So these are 4 numbers I'd like to tell us about now. Now, your financial security number, I hope that people have, okay, somebody shared, Joseph shared 11.7, okay, so very similar, okay. Thank you, Joseph. It's about 12 billion. Thank you. So people have their calculators because we're going to determine the number. You'll be shocked you don't need as much as you think. Now, to be financially secure means that you can pay your basic expenses.
You can pay your basic expenses.
Okay. I'm echoing somewhere. Is that somebody's phone? Or is that me? Okay. Okay. So please, can you put your phone on silent? Or can you mute yourself? Thank you. All right, thank you. So it means you can pay your basic expenses, and the basic expenses are rent or mortgage payments. In Nigeria here, most of us are doing rent, because we really don't have mortgage. So either you're paying, unless you're paying an installment payment for a house or something. So, but at least housing, that's number one. Food and basic household expenses like gas, electric, water, internet, transportation, your insurance, or your pension. Just the basic, okay? That's what you need to be financially secure, okay? So all you need to do is to say how much is your rent per month, okay? I mean, we pay rent annually in Nigeria, but let's say you wanted to break it down into a monthly payment. How much would that be? How much do you spend on food per month? How much do you spend on gas, electric, water, internet per month? How much do you spend on transportation? Do you pay a pension or do you pay an insurance? How much does that come to per month? And then you add that figure to and multiply it by 12, basically. So what that shows you is this is the amount of money you have to be earning in passive income that you don't have to work a day for the rest of your life. So for example, they say in the US, the average annual expense is $34,668. I believe that in Nigeria, the average basic expense is 3 million naira. And I know that at least 70% of Nigerians live far, far below this. But I'm just saying that, obviously, looking at the rural audience, I expect that 3 million naira is a fair deal for your basic expenses, by the way. I'm not talking about all the other things. We'll get other things. So, I mean, at 3 million naira, so all that means is that, for example, if you invest to get 3 million naira as a passive income yearly, okay, and you'll never have to work again, you means that you probably need to invest 15 million naira in our asset finance portfolio on Ruzo, and you will get passive income of 3 million naira a year. That's it. So all you need to get financial security is actually 15 million naira. Okay, if your basic expenses is 3 million naira, can you imagine? And you invest in a vehicle that's giving you 20% per annum. All you need is 15 million naira. Really? I know it's not worrying to a lot of people, but I'm just saying that compared to, for example, 12 billion naira, you actually just need 15 million naira to live a basic life and pay your basic expenses. But those are like simple life, easy does it. That's all you need, okay? On a 20% return per annum. Isn't that achievable? Doesn't that look more realistic? Okay? Okay, but you say, no, I don't just want the basic life. I want a bit more. So let's go to the next thing. Your financial vitality numbers, okay? Now, these are your total monthly financial security that we calculated in the last slide, okay? And then half your current monthly clothing or an accessory cost. So how much are you spending on clothing and accessories, okay? For women, our hair, nails, blah, 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 half of that, okay? So that means if you're spending 50,000 naira for a month, half of it is 25,000 naira, for example. Half of your current monthly entertainment costs. So maybe you're entertaining people, you're going out with friends to lounge, just watch a movie here and there, nothing too luxurious. So just watch a movie, eat out once in a while and all that. Maybe you're spending another 50,000 naira on that, half of that. Okay, half of your current small indulgences, small, maybe you go to spa once a month, just do some small luxuries. Now, so calculate how much that money is. So let's go with 25K for clothing, 25K for entertainment. That's 50K, and maybe 10K for your indulgences. That's 60K. All right, that's times 10 is 600K. So times 12 is 720. So bottom line, your financial vitality numbers is plus 3 million for the last slide is 3.720 million. That is all. So that means to make, let's say it's 4 million, you just have to have, how much is that at 20%? Just need to have, how much? 4 million at 20%, you need to have 20 million at 10% is 2 million. Okay? Abi? So 20 million at 10% is 2 million. So yes, at 20% is 4 million. So all you need to have is 20 million naira. And you'll be able to afford your financial vitality life with your basics and then small extras and all that. Only 20 million naira. See how far we are from 12 billion naira. I hope this is interesting to you like it is to me, okay? So let's go to the next one, financial independence number. So by the way, I expect you guys to crunch all these numbers. So after this, I'm going to send you guys the slides so you can take your time and crunch it. Or if you are doing it alongside, that's also great, but that's the idea, to show you really how much you really need. So let's go to financial independence. So now, you want some extras, you don't want to stress your life, you want to have a club membership, maybe like the Ikoyi club. Is it too much to ask? Of course not. Or if you play golf in your golf club, you want to don't just go out for small entertainment, you want to do fine dining, luxurious experiences, you want to do, some trips. Although Corona has, has restricted travel, but when the travel ban is lifted, you want to go. Somebody showed me one hotel today in Italy. Oh my God, it was like paradise. Oh, it was so beautiful. There was this sliding pool. Oh, geez, it was amazing. Yeah. So I want to go for that luxurious, to that luxurious hotel spa in Italy and all that. So those extras. So remember, right now we are at about 4 million. So let's say your club membership. So let's say Ikoyi Club is, let's say 1 million. I think it's more than that. I think it's 1.5. But let's say 1 million. Let's say your fine dining is 500K per annum. And let's say your trips are like, what's that? 3 million. So we have 1 million for club membership, 3 million for travels and trips. That's 4 million. And let's even make it another 1 million. That's 5 million. So another 5 million to your existing 4 million. That's 19 million. Okay. So bottom line, to get financial independence, that's 9 million, I mean. So your financial independence numbers are 9 million. Okay. So how much do you need to invest to get 9 million naira every month? So you never have to work again for the rest of your life. So if you were worth 40 million and you were getting 10%, that's 4 million. Okay. So at 45 million, that's 9 million. So bottom line, for you to be financially independent and still do fine dining, club membership, trips, all you need is 45 million naira. Okay. Now, by the way, I'm calculating for like a single person household. What that means is that if you had children, you want to plug that in, maybe for school fees and all sort of things. If you had, maybe other relatives that are living off you want to plug that in also. But I'm just making it as simple as possible for you to show you that it is actually much more reachable than you think. Because when the brain feels it can achieve something, it can then get into work to make it happen. So to be financially independent, you'll actually just need 45 million naira only. Okay? See how far we are from 12 billion naira. Okay? So the ultimate financial freedom. Okay? We already have 9 million naira in expenses, but now I want to ball. I want to live the life. I want to go to, to have my own yacht or my own boat. I want to fly PJ, private jet. Yeah. I'm sure some of you are listening to me are just laughing at me and saying this lady is having fun. But yeah, I am having fun. So I want to live the life now. So I already have 9 million naira, for example, but I want to live in an exotic island. I want to hire out Richard Branson's whole Necker Island. That's about $30,000 to hire it. Okay, $30,000 is how much in naira, please? Somebody should help me with that. $10,000, Joseph. Anybody help me in the chat? I really appreciate that. $10,000. How much is that in naira? Okay, so I want to live the life now. That's $10,000. Money spending on charitable giving. So maybe let's say for the year. Okay, I want to make sure that every month I'm giving out 100,000 naira to charity, my favorite charity, or something like that, or 200,000 to my favorite charity. So let's put that amount as 2 million naira. Okay, I want to own a collector's car or yacht. I want to fly private planes every time I want to travel. I don't want to fly regular. I want to be flying only private, you know, like living the life, you know. And I estimate I'm going to travel maybe 10 times a year, flying private, okay? So maybe every time I fly private, let's say I pay $10,000. So I'm flying 10,000 a year, that's $100,000. So $100,000 plus $30,000. What's that amount? Okay, $30,000 is 11.7 million naira. Okay, $100,000, please. Can I have that figure? $100,000. Okay. So at 420, that should be like 42 million, I guess. So that is 11 plus 42. Let me just estimate that both of them, that's all of them said 9 million. Okay, great. Thank you, Joseph. So that's 40 million. So remember, we had 9 million plus 40 million. Okay, that's 49 million. Let's just round it up to 50 million naira. Okay, in fact, let's double it there, 200 million naira. So therefore, for me to be financially free, to live a luxurious life, you know, wear designer clothes, enjoy the goodies of life, all I need to have as my monthly, my yearly annual income is 100 million. So what do I need to get 100 million? I need 500 million at 20% per annum only. So Isioma, are you still there? You know, from 12 billion naira, after all our calculation, all you need to live La Vida Loca is actually 500 million naira. Any comments? I would like to hear from you. What are you thinking of my maths? Isham, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. So I've been laughing as we've been going through the exercise.
Okay.
I think for me, the key thing is that, like you said, sometimes we imagine that we need more than we actually do. So yeah, it's a good exercise. Yeah.
Okay. So even if it's bad as it's bad, 1 billion, which is just 1/12. So when people say I want to be a billionaire, you really don't need to be a billionaire to live a really, really good life. You really don't. You really, really don't. So bottom line, but the goal of this exercise is that it makes it reachable for you. It gives you a sense of direction, and it helps you understand what you're working on so that you can then choose your investment vehicles and choose what you need to do to achieve that whatever your dreams are. Some people are just okay with being financially secure, and they're fine because they're minimalists. They're not looking for too much. Some people want to be financially independent, and some people want to be financially free. So I feel like this is a stage where you choose your pathway. You decide, you know, what you're gunning for in this world building process. You know, are you gunning for financial freedom, like ultimate? You know, and I just showed that that number is no more than 500 million naira, or let's push it $1 billion naira. And you're fine, you're financially free, okay? Which is less than how many $1 million? Joseph, please help me calculate 1 billion naira to dollars. So you're now doing the opposite. Make it into dollars, please, and let me have it. You know? So that's all. You know? So all of a sudden, you see that it's really, really attainable and it's possible. Now, so once you know your numbers, so I expect that you guys will go and crunch your numbers based on your own unique circumstances. So if you have kids, if you have a spouse, and you know, if you know all those fine details, please crunch your numbers and so that you're clear and your R.A.S is really clear about what you're working towards, okay? Now, so what is your wealth building plan? When you know your numbers, the next thing is, how do you build wealth? And truthfully, it's simply, first of all, establish your primary source of income. So what is the primary vehicle that's going to help you build wealth? Some of us is going to be salaries. So it's going to be a business and all that. And then decide your monthly investment amounts based on your financial goals. So your financial goals is financial security. We calculated that number is really just 3 million naira. How much you need to save on a monthly basis? Okay. So that's just $2.5 million, Joseph, as against $30 million. Interesting. You know, or if it's $3 million, let's even say that's just 1/10 of it, okay? Yeah, so nobody really needs to be a billionaire, truthfully. It's exciting to say I'm a billionaire. I like the sound of it, I can't lie. You know, but you don't really need to be a billionaire to live a luxurious life. Okay, so first of all, your wealth building plan. Establish your primary source of income. Decide your monthly investment amount based on your financial goals. So you want to be financially free, let's say in 5 years or in 10 years. After you've done that exercise I just showed you, decide how much you have to invest to achieve that goal. Because now you know what your goal is. Your R.A.S is working for you. Your R.A.S is going to be in full gear. Yes, now we know what we want to achieve. Now I don't know how we want to achieve it. So decide how much you have to put aside monthly towards that goal. So let's say you're going for financial independence at least, okay? And I think that amount came to 100 million naira, okay? So let's say you want to achieve it in 10 years. That means that you should be putting aside 10 million naira every year. How's that going to happen? Okay, you want to calculate that number and see what is possible. Okay, and then decide your investment vehicle to achieve your goals. How are you going to put your money? So let me put a plug in for Ruzo. So if you don't have a Ruzo account, this is a good time to, open your Ruzo account and start investing. It's also a good time for you to, if you open your user account, put money there. Because now you know that you need to invest wisely, okay? And then so decide how you invest the money. So I used our smallest portfolio to make this calculation, if you notice, which is 20% asset finance portfolio, to make this calculation. Imagine you were investing in our working capital portfolio, you need a bit less for all of the steps I just showed you, because it's 30% return, okay? Or whatever vehicle it is you choose, really. The bottom line is that now you know what it will cost if you do all the calculation. Now you know your goals, and then you need to now decide how much and then what platform you invest. This is a quote that Joseph sent to me from The Richest Man in Babylon. When you spend money, you are paying others. When you save money, you are paying yourself. So literally, I want you to make it a primary goal from now on to pay yourself, okay? And you pay yourself by saving and by investing that money. That's why when we build the Russo platform, we have two pathways. We have the save to invest and we have the invest directly. We did it on purpose for people who say, you know what, maybe on my monthly savings is not 50K, my monthly savings is 5K, for example. Let me be putting it there, and so that I won't touch it, because I'm planning towards my future. And then when it gets to the amount to buy a portfolio, I can then invest. So basically, it's this thinking around building wealth that drove how we built the platform, basically. So it's like you understand context and all that. So pay yourself. So when they say pay yourself, literally, this is what it means. You're paying that your future self that wants to live luxuriously and will never have to work a day for the rest of your life. Isn't that amazing? I think it is. Just thinking about it, I'm excited about it. Okay? Now, so we are done. I want to share two books that helped me. The first one I recommended, the second one was recommended by Joseph. He gave me some really lovely quotes. All of them I couldn't use here, but really good books. So Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. This exercise that we just did was from that book. But the book is really big. So if you're not one that likes reading a lot, just go to page 203 and you see the exercise. But if you like reading, please do a deep dive. And then there's The Richest Man in Babylon, which is an old classic by R.A.S. classic. So it's a good book around just simple wisdoms around investing and saving and building your money. So these are my two recommended reading for this webinar. And then I have if you want a deep dive, I have a guide, Personal Finance for Dummies workbook. What I can do is put it on our Google Drive. If you want it, you can send me an email and request it. I can send you a link to the Google Drive. So you can download the Personal Finance for Dummies. If you want to literally go through financial numbers, educate yourself more about personal finance, I can definitely give you the book for free, basically. So because for me, I'm here to serve you, to get you wealth conscious so that your R.A.S begin to work for you and then you become really, really wealthy, which is my goal for doing all of this. Help people who are on the Russo network become wealthy. And understand what wealth means to them, because wealth doesn't mean the same thing to everybody else. Okay, now, so the next two webinars, we're going deeper. So it's not over, because you think, I now know my numbers, let me go and sit down and be making money. No, there's actually something that stops people from actually building wealth. There's so many people that have head knowledge. Some of you might have even done this exercise that we did now, so it's not new to you, but you still haven't done anything about it. And the reason why you've not done anything about it is the mental game, So the next step in this whole wealth building process is to get the mental game right, okay? And that's what we're going to do next week. And then your wealth master plan the upper week. So last week's assignment, you guys didn't invite your friends. So please, once again, I know that this has been very valuable. So I want to encourage you to invite your friends. Invite at least 5 people. tell them about this. The webinar has been recorded, so we'll have the replay. You can share it with your friends and they'll get the same value as you just got. Okay, the remaining slides about RUSA, for those that don't know it, I'm not going to go through it. So if you don't know about it, yeah, please do go through it. You'll get the slides and everything. So now I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to come on live and I want to take your comments. Okay, so this is the point. I want to take your comments and literally see what you guys thought about it. So let me, this network was good today. So let me show my face. The network was really cooperative. Yay! So what do you guys think? Now I want to hear from you. Please, who wants to go? Please stop and encourage you. Let me make sure that it has added value to you. Who wants to go first? Toby, Jessica, Elizabeth. Who else on it? Who else is here? So who wants to talk and see what have they learned? What have been your takeaways? What do you think about this? Who wants to share? Please, I'm waiting. What has been your takeaway?
Hi.
Hi.
So my takeaway is that financial freedom is attainable. All you need to do is set the financial goal and then work towards it. Okay. So when you set it, you get to see it daily. You get to think about it. Like you said, you work towards it. And for me, it just makes me feel like it's achievable. So I don't need to have 100 billion in the account to have that feeling. Just knowing a certain amount and working towards it, investing in the right places, is already one step towards getting financial freedom.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Woo! Who else wants to share? Who else wants to share? What did you get? What did you gain? What are your takeaways? What are you going to do now going forward? Before we leave, I want to, yeah, okay. Before we leave, I want to do a quick poll. Let me run this poll. Then we can, let me see this, sorry. Let me see if I can do this poll. It's saying that I am logged into my other device. Okay, let me leave this device, sorry. I was going to do the right brain, left brain poll, but oh, it's not allowing us to log in. It's still seeing me as logged on the other device. Okay, cool. So anybody else wants to share before we wrap up today's session? Okay, at least one more person now. Oh yeah, now share. Let me know that added value. Plus. Who is the next person sharing? Even if you didn't come early, whatever you got, who's going to share? Okay. Nobody wants to go.
I'm trying hard not to speak.
Please speak. Oh, you're encouraging me because I know you added value. I mean, to know if I added value. But yes, please speak.
So yeah, thanks a lot for this session. Between last week's and this week's has been quite insightful. Yeah. And like you said, the whole idea of building wealth has attracted at least me to RUSA. It's attracted me to this session. So it's been very valuable to me. Yeah. You've crushed my $30 million aspiration. But I think one of the key things for me is that oftentimes we think about freedom, but we don't really think about, what does that really mean? And so I think it's putting a figure to what that really means, as opposed to coming up with a random figure that may not necessarily meet what it is that you need, or you may not necessarily even need that much, like we saw in the exercise. So I think going